coming to the next module and also to the final module, which is left in the Explorer here. This is the spreads, indices, and compounds module. So let me adjust the chart back to where we began. And when we go to spreads and indices and compounds, we can now create new symbols, which are then available inside of the Fibotrader. And this means we can, for example, create our own index. We could say, okay, we want to have an index of the part of our Dow Jones and the part of our German DAX values, and they should be a new index. And this can be done really easily, and I will show you how to do it. So we double click, we call it compound. That sounds good. And let's check what we can do here. So in general, we have the name, and then we have, first of all, a recalculation method. So typically, you want to have this recalculated automatically, which only works for real-time values though. So you need to have a data vendor which supplies push data to you, like TaiPan real-time, and then this will be done in the background automatically and instantly. So you have full up-to-date indices. If you have a local database like we have now, we can do a periodic recalculation every 120 seconds, for example, and this is fine as well. So since we're only using local database values here, let me select the periodic recalculation. You will get a warning if you select the wrong one. It will simply depend on what values you select down here. So, and this is also where the magic happens now here in the formula section. You have the ability to enter any formula which you want. So this is actually using the scripting language inside of the Fibotrader. You can just start typing in a formula. You can use some functions if you also want to. You will see where to find the function reference later on. But let's keep it simple for now and actually use just some arbitrary formula which you make up. Let's go say we want to calculate with 3M, which we just had opened in the background, and then we want to add, let's say we want to add Microsoft to it. So we have a triple M plus a Microsoft, and what happens now is it will complain that it doesn't know what triple M stands for. And of course we could write anything. We could write Fibotrader, and it would also not know what the Fibotrader is. So in order to tell it what triple M means, we click on the little choose icon. It will open the search window and use triple M as a search phrase already and execute the search. So it will pretty much guess that we meant 3M with our symbol, which is correct. So we simply press OK. Now triple M is OK. Now it complains MSFT is not found. We click on choose. It guesses we meant actually Microsoft, which is correct. OK. And now it says syntax OK. And there's a little show details button here, and it will show us it detected a variable called triple M, and we mapped it to the 3M code. We can change it here. We can map it to something else, so to a different data vendor, and we can have Microsoft here. So as soon as we enter any new value, also if you have an incorrect script formula, it will say syntax error, so the syntax needs to be okay in the end, so we can add something else, and now it will complain it didn't find something else. So you can have any formula you want to. You can use multiplication, you can use minus Dow Jones, anything you want to is possible. It doesn't matter. So as soon as you're finished with your calculation of the stocks, you can, let's use a negative value. So let's say we subtract Microsoft from triple M. As soon as you're finished, now we can create a symbol which is actually the difference between 3M, which is at 91, and Microsoft. So let's see where Microsoft is trading. Microsoft is trading at 24, so it should be somewhere around 70, 60 something. So double click to open the chart, and you see that 67.56, which is exactly the difference between the two values. So it will have created the whole plot in the background. It will have loaded both values, synchronized the dates, and subtracted the open, high, low, close, and volume from the other values. As you see, there is no real delay when I open the chart. This is unbelievably fast, and you can really use this functionality to create new symbols, new indices, to have spreads and compounds. So use it, and you will see all the compounds you created down here in the list in Explorer. Now, if you want to edit the compound, you can right click, and there's this edit compound section where you can make adjustments to a formula. If you want to see what you actually have in there, then you can show the legs of this compound in here, and this will load Microsoft and 3M in a list for easier viewing. And all the other things are the same. You can get the details. It will show you the numbers here. It will show you fundamental values. You will see it's a compound type, and you see the local symbol will evaluate to the formula. This is a symbol which you can now use freely, like any other symbol. It's just its own data provider. So for the whole rest of the system, this is transparent. You can buy it as a stock. You can open a position on it. You can copy it to a folder. Let's say you have my portfolio, drag it down. Now here I have a stock in here, which is simply the same icon as for the other stocks. If you open the Explorer, you can browse the information down here. It's exactly the same as all the others, but it's a calculated value which is updated in real time in the background. So the Fibotrader does a lot of magic here for you, and you can simply use it any way you want. Now, one neat thing is, if you want to create an index and you want to have this really quick, we can say a new compound, and we call it my index, and then we have this little index wizard here in the end of the formula toolbar, and we can select it. It's the typical symbol selection screen again, and we select our Dow Jones catalog, for example, click OK, and then we can decide if we want to have weighted components or not. So if we select no, it will simply load all the symbols down here and add them together, and here at the bottom it will automatically link the variables to their corresponding symbols. If you click OK, this is the warning which you see when you don't have real-time push data. We select periodic update, click OK, and now when we load my index, now it will have to synchronize 30 data rows, and it already synchronized 30 data rows in this 1 or 2 seconds, and now it added up the whole Dow Jones, and we have our own 1600 index, and we can do any analysis we want. We can use indicators. It's just transparent inside a chart. Right click to delete it again, and that's it.